Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We just took out these people and I think the game despawned them when I saved and reloaded. So we left them alive because I don't think that they were necessarily 100% in the wrong. But as it is, let's keep exploring this side of the river. I think we've fully explored over here. Well, let's verify that. We've probably explored as far over this way as we can. But just to see if there's any... We have not explored everything. This does go a little bit farther. Okay. Where's this going back to? Nothing. Okay. Had to check, of course. Yeah. Nothing hiding back there in the fog. Unless... No, we can't get over here either. Yeah, okay. No, we're going to explore this direction, up this side of the river, to see if there's anything else tucked away over here. Maybe there's not anything even more to see on this side of the river. Maybe it was just getting over here. Yeah. Okay, then I stand corrected. We're just heading back. We've dealt with them, which is what we were asked to do. So now we report back to their leader, not king, but the leader of this village, Malcolin. Hopefully that leads us to getting the horses and supplies that we need. Greppa Malcolin meets you at the gates again, looking like he's expecting any moment to have an axe firmly planted in his skull. The bandits will trouble you no longer. Malcolin turns to gaze towards the tree line, from which a young man raises his arm as a signal. The Greppa breathes out several moments of fear. Breathes out several months of... There we go. Months of fear and anger. So it's true. The bandits are gone. See, Malcolin? I told you these strangers seemed different than their kin. Malcolin nods heavily. Forgive us, our prejudices, Hlaford Alfjorn. You have proven yourself to be a friend of this town. So bountiful supplies are I hate to see innocent people exploited. We're going for the more friendly, peaceful option. That might be the better choice. It's not the Viking choice, but we're trying to make friends. I hate to see innocent people exploited. Altruistic gain morale, conceited lost morale. Again, I don't know who is who in my party, and I should at some point figure that out. But we're probably slowly pissing off certain people in our team. The old man turns and waves one of the younger villagers over to his side. He mumbles something in the girl's ear, and she takes off running down the road. She will fetch fresh, healthy horses from one of the nearby farms. They will be waiting for you at the edge of town when you leave. Morkant is all smiles while translating this. He even throws in a little context of his own. I hope you understand that this is an extravagant gift for these villagers. To give away so many healthy horses, this gift is a fit for a king. Thank you. I'm glad we got this all sorted out. Or good. Now we can finally get going. I'm glad we got this all sorted out. Alfborn, you've proven yourself to be both capable and honorable. I was thinking. Morkant smiles sheepishly. My travels and studies have me bound for Eoforwick and for Perth. Should you find yourself heading in either of those directions, I would gladly take companions on the road. Where are the places you mentioned? Perth lays far to the north, in the wild Pictish lands. Some of the Picts still cling to their old faith, and I hope to meet with them and chronicle their stories. Eoforwick is the seat of King Osred, Hlaford, and protector of Northumbria. I must seek the counsel of the wise bishop there. I'd be happy to travel with you. He beams. Splendid. I'm certain we have much to learn from each other. 2 hours of preparations later. Hopefully it doesn't kick us out of this area because there's still more we haven't explored. Okay, 10 skill points. We should spend those at some point. But now we are free to enter the village. Also, more lootables are around? Because we certainly had wandered up here before. The smell of iron, undercut with a sweet stench of rot, is carried on the wind. Sprawled across the boulder before you is the corpse of a man with an axe embedded deep into his back. Let's examine the body. So we're not just looting. We're examining a potential murder. You kneel down to have a closer look. The axe blade has dug deep into his back, but the angle's awkward. Healing 2. He wasn't struck up close. This axe was thrown. Or an unskilled kill. Now, your eyes are drawn to the palisades guarding the nearby village. Roskva steps up near where you're sitting, her brows furrowed. Wouldn't want to end up like him. How did this happen? We should find out. Locals might know something. Their ears are wide, and it didn't happen far from their walls. With a sigh, you stand. The lapping of water against wood draws your attention to the dinghy, dragged halfway onto the side of the creek. A small wooden boat has been dragged partially out of the water. Judging by the state of it, it's been there for a few days. Let's search it. Gunnar leans in, his face agleam with hunger for spoils. Anything worth taking, Alfbjorn? The boat has not been covered. Tucked beneath the wooden seat, you find linen sack full of hides and sundry valuables. Let's retrieve it. Deciding to keep the contents for yourself, you pull everything out of the sack and distribute it amongst your herdsmen. I was hoping to see what was in it, but it looks like it was 1 hide, 3 herbs, and 16 valuables. Let's make that our quest. What do we have as active ongoing quests? So that's the optional quest we're working on. You found an unsettling pile of rotting hides stacked on top of a handful of Norse jewels. What could it mean? Right. Where we took our injury trying to get the jewels out. Isles of Oknyar, far to the north, are currently controlled by Viking raiders from Norway. Might be a wise first step to sail to Orkanyar and establish a base there, particularly if you plan to build an army and conquer parts of Britannia down the road. According to the locals, the King of Northumbria is another kingdom called Pictland, or Pictavia, depending on who you ask. If you seek allies or trade partners in these lands, you might want to travel to Perth, the capital of the Picts, and seek an audience with their king. Or we could go to the King of Northumbria. Landed in the Kingdom of Northumbria, now you've secured horses for your herd, you're free to travel across the land and get to know this strange new place. Seems a good place to start might be with the city of Eofawick, seat of the King Osred II. My guess is we are going to have to choose allies, and probably therefore enemies, because they said that the king or the Picts were still worshipped old gods or something, versus I'm assuming Northumbria is Christians, given that this village seems to be Christian and they're of this kingdom. So it might be wise to go with the one that's not necessarily Christian, because depending on the faiths there, they might be more akin to our beliefs, or it could just be something completely different as well, a different pagan viewpoint. This one's for if we want to be more warring, which we don't, so probably not that. I don't know. Let's just do a quick glance around to see if there's anything else that stands out as lootable, but my guess is that's just a new quest that appeared. Now, not seeing any new loot having appeared on the map. Let's wander around over here because we didn't explore this side of things before we talked to them, and then we'll explore inside town after. All of this is free goods, not stealing. And I'm keeping an eye out to see if anyone wants to talk, but so far, no. So bring me a bottle of fresh milk, love, and I'll brew a remedy for you. I'll visit the Wirtsred as soon as my knee recovers, and this bricklewort should be something. We got a new quest from listening to that. Wise woman needs sticklewort and an herb from a herb yard, presumably outside the village. Ah, we saw that and chose not to loot it. At least I'm assuming that's the herb garden we left alone. Nothing further over here. So we can go back to that now that we know. While we don't necessarily have approval to loot it, Alvina's boy has been so quiet lately. Wonder what's bothering him. I heard a stranger. Looks like it might rain later. Yes, it might rain later. It probably will rain later because it's currently raining now. But yeah, we should be able to loot that herb garden, and hopefully people won't be upset if we can tell them we were intentionally bringing it back to these people that were talking about needing it. The stone looks like it stood here forever. Its base is covered in lichen, its top in bird droppings. Strange markings are chiseled across its surface. Some look like the shapes of animals or plants, but most are completely incomprehensible. Morkant steps up to the stone and traces some of the markings with reverence. I've seen stones like this before. My teacher once claimed they were erected by the Druids centuries ago. Fascinating mystery, is it not? Who knows what ancient secrets these stones hold? I don't know. If we don't know and you don't know, then it's not something of either of our groups. Let's see. Looks like there might be a little bit of fog here. I think we've cleared that all out. Alright, so where was that little herb garden that we passed up before? I don't recall exactly. Oh, someone here wants to talk. Oh, what? I'm quite busy. You seem skittish. The woman puffs out her cheeks and fixes you with an angry look. You and yours are a menacing lot. I found this pile of hides. She leans closer and lowers her voice conspiratorially. The were will return soon. Misery will come. The where? It's an old shadow, bringing death in its wake. Drawn to those cursed jewels it was. Why a pile of hides? I had to take them. The hunters don't understand. It is a small price to pay for safety. Nephew mutters in your mother tongue, voice dripping with disdain. She thinks our jewelry is cursed. Did you see the people who left this jewelry? They went north, along the coast. That's all I know. Jewelry is not cursed, it's Norse. I'll be keeping it. Be calm. The curse was one of Norse magic. As a Norseman, we have broken it. The jewelry must be returned to our homeland. Both interesting choices, or give her the jewels, take them. Take them quick, I want nothing to do with the curse. We will take it. I'll just claim it's a Norse curse. And that we've broken it. The jewelry must be returned to our homeland. She seems, for a moment, at a loss for words. Truly? It has ended then? Greedy gain morale, superstitious gain morale, skeptical lost morale. I will not forget your kindness. The hunters did not notice my mother's thefts, but I'm not as quick as she was. Yeah, you're welcome. We broke the curse. Was it? No, it wasn't here. That's just the path. I remember it was like a small bit of trees off of the road. Might be here. No, there it is. That's highlighted. There's the herb garden. I guess I should activate that quest while I'm working on it. Nestled amid the trees, you spot a small garden. At a glance, it simply looks like foliage, but looking closer reveals carefully planted patches of bushes, of herbs and medicinal plants. We're looking for sticklewort. You have no idea what you're looking for, and quickly deduce that it'll come down to guesswork. You decide to on some stalk-like yellow-flowered plants and tug a few free. Noting the faintly sweet smell about them. That's it? That's what we're looking for? Well done, Alfbjorn. You couldn't tell me that before I just tore out a few? Come on. Probably if I had witchcraft myself, then I would have known. And it would have given me a dialogue option. So let's track you. Go over here. which we're probably going to run through the village. Maybe. Yes. Which I was hoping to handle later, but it's fine. We'll come back around in a bit to actually do a proper exploring of the village. You can put that bow away, love. An old woman is no threat to your kind. But you're here for something else, aren't you? Well, what is it you need then? Are you a witch? We have injured in need of treatment. I heard you need some stick award. Are you a witch? She chuckles, her many laugh lines deepening as she does so. No, I just know my way around a garden. Are you sure? I'm no stranger to the craft, and this is what it looks like. All the same, dear, I'd like it if you didn't say that too loud around the brothers at the monastery. They don't like to have their beliefs challenged. I heard you... I guess I'm going to ask this first since it's not one of the ones that progresses the conversation. I have injured in need of treatment, which is true. I'm injured, and I think Gunnar also got injured in the last fight. I'd help, but I care for my own first. Until I've helped them, I'm afraid you'll wait. I heard you needed some stick award. She fixes you with a piercing look. Eavesdropping on conversations that aren't for you, are you? You are right, though, and kind to make the trek for me. These old knees swell when a storm is coming. Hurts something awful. I'd say the storm is here, but so be it. She accepts the herbs. This'll need to boil for a while. Well, let me see what you're selling. The old woman nods reluctantly. You have a feeling she's not going to offer you her best prices. Disagreeable prices, yeah. But we could theoretically buy medicine from her. Or just herbs. We have plenty, though. She shrugs, feigning apathy, but you can tell she's annoyed. I don't need anything right now. So we come back and buy from her. At this point. But yeah, let's wander the town. Eventually we'll go into their main building, I assume. Looks like. Where's that damn boy with the firewood? Fort will be cooling soon. Fire and steel. So we're just getting quests from happening to be near people as they're talking. I wonder if that's... because I don't recall that ever happening back in the... I guess chapter 1. Did I miss out on a bunch? Or is this sort of a new thing? It's a forge. By the look of your weapons, you should know that much. Now, leave me to my work. Give 20 wood looks a bit dim. Your forge is burning low as well. I can spare some fuel for it. 20 isn't the end of the world. His thick eyebrows flee towards his receding hairline as you bring forth stacks of wood. That's very kind of you. You talk a good bit of banter too. Listen, I'm only stocked to mend wheels and shoe horses, but I know my way around a sword and an axe. Bring me some scraps and salvage to work with, and I'll make what I can for you, for the right price. 10 salvage. Salvage is valuable. But I'm curious to see where this goes. It probably just turns him into a merchant that I can have craft supplies for him, which I'm not going to care about. But I'll give him the salvage just to see. I've got your materials right here, Smith. Oh, this'll do nicely. You've done right by me, friend. I'm finished for the day, but the forge is still hot and my arm is still strong. Want me to patch up your weapons and make something new? Or make something new? I'll take on any work you have for me, but you should know people around here still aren't quite sure what to make of you. Don't expect any discounts. Reputation increased. So we haven't gotten any... He hasn't done the repair or built us anything yet. We've just raised their reputation. Well, let's talk about what you can make for us. Yeah, so now we could ask him to craft us an item of some sort. Which I'm probably not going to bother with because we have crafters. Has preposterous prices. What? I'm guessing because it's red that preposterous means really bad. But it's not like a clear word because something could also be preposterously good. Didn't you need anything after all? Or didn't need anything after all? Thank you, not now. And that probably finished that quest. Fire and Steel. Yeah. Well, let's keep wandering and looting. Yeah, we still have 76 salvage, so that probably wasn't too terrible. Who are you? Yes, just a minute. The woman before you is dressed in a lumpy, shapeless gown, and her weathered face is contained by a veil and wimple. It looks ridiculous. She finishes tying up the chaff bundle she's bent over and straightens up with a momentary pained expression. Found a dead man behind your house. Have you been throwing any axes lately? I'm going to ask the axe one, because throwing axes is something we learned more recently, or by having the right skill rather than just finding the dead man. Have you been throwing any axes lately? A scowl darkens her features. I told him to stop that nonsense. She hollers loudly, startling a few nearby chickens. Dylan! Oh, did her kid throw axes and might have accidentally hit someone? A coltish, awkward boy lopes to his mother's side, his eyes downcast and his shoulders hang guiltily. She fixes him with a gaze so stern and matronly, even you feel a bit sheepish on his behalf. What do you know about this? He mumbles dejectedly, was just practicing my throw. You've taken your first life, killer. I don't know how old you are, kid, but you look tiny. Throw is sloppy, or why? Time ago, I saw the other men, like you, practicing in the woods. Thought I could learn. With what with wild men fighting up north? Almost a man myself now. Have to protect my family. Give them the sack. He had these supplies. They should be returned to the rightful owner. I don't think rewarding him for... Seems like accidentally killing someone. Rewarding him for killing doesn't seem the right call. You should have been more careful. We must speak with Malcolm, my boy. You turn to depart and are barely acknowledged as you leave the unhappy young man to face the consequences of his haphazard training. So we didn't actually mention someone was dead. But I guess it's sort of assumed somehow that we did mention it. Axe to grind is now complete. Okay, so we're getting through all of the little side quests we picked up. That's good. And it said that that guy had been there for several days, so the kid killed him, left his axe just buried in the guy's back, and just wandered off like, nope, I want nothing to do with this anymore. Super not okay. Alright, gotta get the right pixels so that I can click on this. Getting some pretty good loot though from here. Like that was 4 hides. That's significant. Yeah, so there's a cross here. So is this...
I have seen this symbol before.
A local
Cross of
church?
the Frankish god. Astrid mentioned that they worship him here.
This could become a problem. There's no love lost between our gods and theirs.
You think the Franks might try to interfere with our activities here?
Exactly. We may have to make an example or two if they get bold.
Okay. I clicked on it. I was not... Sorry. It was fragile. I just barely touched it and the top fell off. Did not realize that I would be desecrating their holy symbols when I clicked on it. Did it even give me a skill point for it? No. So it's not like the stones that we click on that give us skill points. Alright, that would all be stealing. Probably everything in here is going to be stealing. Yeah. Okay, Malcolin. Let's talk. Anything further? Malcolin greets you with a forced smile as you approach. I know you helped us get rid of those bandits in the forest, but could I perhaps ask that you get rid of the wreckers that caused this whole thing in the first place? The wreckers that caused it in the whole place. So are you talking about the... I guess those people's family? What's in it for me if I help you? We still don't know enough about what's going on here for me to want to specifically take sides. We can't offer much, but I will pay you from my own coffers. I can only spare 25 pence. I hope that will suffice. Greedy lost morale with altruistic. We do lots of altruistic, so it's probably fine. What is a pence? Malcolin gives you a quizzical look, but then produces a coin from a small pouch on his belt. It looks to be worth about 20 valuables. This is a penny. More of them are called pence. So if he would offer 25 pence at 200 or 20 valuables each, that's... I don't want to do math on stream. My brain's telling me 500, but could be miscalculating. Alright, that seems fair. Malcolin nods. Good, I will set this aside then, if you really want to help. I'll solve the problem for you. Oh, we could say both. And that one... Oh, that just gives us a... Greedy loses morale, and altruistic gains morale. So by using both, we sort of just neutraled out. That's kind of funny. Get rid of the wreckers on the beach. My smile changes into something a bit more genuine. Good. And thank you. This will help prevent any further needless problems in the future. So are they on the beach where we just came up from? Or are they on a different beach once we leave town? So if we open up our quests again, we make you our main quest that we're tracking. Get rid of the wreckers on the beach. They are on this beach. Right, and we've tried to go up there, I think, and we can't. Yeah, there's no way to cross farther north on this side of the river. And that side is just blocked off and we can't go farther over. Just making sure I'm not missing stuff when I see giant amount of fog on the map. Probably same thing here. Yeah, maybe. That's probably the edge of the map. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back down to the beach. Okay, so you guys are the wreckers on the beach. Let's find out your story before we just go straight into a fight. Hopefully. The dirty-haired man meets you with a rotten grin. That's close enough. We're not looking for no trouble, but stay away from the pickings on the beach. They're for us and us alone. Why'd you run off when we landed on the beach? What are you doing here? I need you to clear out of here or just kill them. We're here to get rid of you. Why'd you run off when we landed on the beach? He flashes his rotten choppers in a sheepish grin. You saw that, eh? Well, can't blame a fella for being cautious. Once we saw what you did for the village, we figured it'd be safe to return. What are you doing here? Anything that washes up on the beach is ours. Sell it off to the village, or anyone else who's buying. Sometimes we help the ships find their way here. Unfortunately, we've run out of candles now. So you guys are the ones who are intentionally causing ships to run aground. So it's not necessarily that Malcolm, the chief, was all for having the other people run aground. It was this group that's sort of on their own. I don't know how all the different groups factor in. But certainly you're the ones who are causing ships to run aground, and the chief told us to get rid of you. So I don't know. I need to clear out of here. And just why would we do that? This is our beach, not yours. Cooperative, gain morale. Cool. It's always good when you have more gains than loss, because I don't know how everything's evening out, but if I'm getting more gains than losses of morale, then I think overall my team is going up. But when it's just even, you know, morale goes up for one group, morale goes down for another, it feels like I'm not actually gaining ground. I'm making my team like me more. If you value your lives, leave. Well, wait. All right, we'll leave. But our friend, he's missing, and can't really leave without him. All right. If I find him, you leave. Yes, you have our word. Last we saw of him, he went to the village to trade the stuff we found. Oh, is he the guy that got killed by an axe to the back? Wreck and ruin updated. Wreckers on the beach cause trouble for the villagers and are looking to resume their business. Get rid of the wreckers on the beach. Optional, find the missing wrecker. So we went up to town with the intent to sell goods. I guess, he's over here on the map. I guess we'll head that way. Which apparently is somewhere we didn't explore farther. Interesting. Because we stopped here when we saw that it would be an evil action to... Like, we can't talk to her. We can just attack. Oh, hello. You there, wait. The man who shouted at you is a stout, with the wide hands and barrel chest of a fisherman. His face is red with exertion and his mouth clenched with anger. Guess what is it? Do I look like someone who'd respond well to that? Speak quick and make it good or I'll have your tongue. Yes, what is it? Your even tone sets him back for a moment and the color recedes a bit from his neck. A moment of your time. I need your help, strong arms and set jaws. I can pay your time. Go on. His jaw works and the color begins to rise on his neck again. His brow furrows. It's about my wife. Thinks I don't know, but she's been stealing away to see my neighbor, Aldwine. His fields are wide and he does well for himself. His frown deepens and he clenches his teeth. I want you to bloody him for trying to take what isn't his. Why not do it yourself? Can't you defend your own woman? I'll help, but I'll expect silver in return or I have no time for weak men. Yeah, can't you defend your own woman? I would, but if only one man... I'm only one man and he has strong stable hands who would defend him. No one else will help me. So, your wife has been leaving you, in secret probably, for someone else who's wealthier. And you want me to just beat him up. I'm more likely to talk to them, find out the rest of the story. If she really does want to just leave you, it's kind of a jerk way to go about it. I don't know. I'll help, but I expect silver in return. We'll look into it. Thank you. Yes, it's not been a bad season for fish. I've saved up 13 pence. They're yours if you can do this for me. Very well. I'll return when it's done. Aldvine lives there, down the lane. I beg, put the fear of God in him. Okay. So is this Aldwine's place. And I wonder if that's his wife? Someone that we'd get into conflict with if we force our way in? Could be. Now, why didn't we explore here? Oh, you look not good. The man sitting propped against the tree is deathly still. His eyes, open and blood red, stare accusingly past you. You step closer and take stock of the scene. Getting closer, you realize it's the wrecker who went missing. Aside from the body, you notice a jug nestled in the leaves and undergrowth. Examine the body, examine the jug. Let's examine the body. No, we'll examine the jug first. I'm wondering if it's poison. You pick up the jug and find a slush of liquid still in the bottom. From what you can tell, it's something fermented. Alright, examine the body. The body looks as though it fell, landed against the tree, caught in an uncomfortably sitting position. Was he climbing the tree while drunk? Dead man's features are bloated and distorted, but even so, you find that his lips and throat are unnaturally swollen and discolored. Step away. You stand up and leave the corpse be. So something happened to him. Bring the jug back to the wreckers. Okay. Did we pick it up? Doesn't say that we did, but there's nothing here for me to grab. So I'm assuming we picked up the jug so we can bring it back. I was curious if there was a way to sneak back here without going through the gate, which would probably be even worse than going through the gate. Ooh, another skill point. Set of stones here. Alright, let's head back for the wrecker thing before we deal with this. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the other quest. Who are you guys? You weren't here when I explored the beach before, were you? Actually, before I do that, let's just deal with the wrecker situation. Why did the camera just suddenly zoom back to me? So, yeah, bring the jug back to the wreckers. Did you find our friend? I did, he's dead. Damn it, never was a smart one. Him, still thought he could make a simple trip without getting himself dead. I found this jug next to him. It's something we found on the beach. Didn't know what it was exactly, so he brought it to trade. He was fond of the drink, so I guess it's no surprise he thought it'd be some kind of ale. You kept your word, though. We'll keep ours. Let's go, boys. The wreckers pack their belongings in a hurry and clear out. Now, who are you guys over here? Or are these... Oh, maybe these are my people in my boat. Yeah, okay. These are my people. I'm like, Adis, that name sounds familiar. And this looks like a Norse ship. Alright, I'm just dumb. I'm like, who are these strange people on the coast? Oh, it's my friends and allies I've sailed across the ocean with. Ha! I'm paying attention. Let's go back to town and report. We did so peacefully, which is always good. Like this clearing out of the wreckers. We've got a good amount of valuables. 11,000? Feels significant. Hi, Malcolin. Malcolin looks hopeful, yet afraid to ask, have you dealt with the wreckers? Yes, they're gone. Excellent. With them gone, hopefully we won't get any more bandits raiding our village. I suppose you'll be wanting your reward then? We could be extremely friendly and say, no, you can keep your money, you need it more than I do, but I think... No, like, as much as we're trying to make friends, we're also here for business and to increase our own strength and standing. So we do tasks, we get paid, everyone comes off a little bit better. I think is the reasonable way to handle it. Yes, just give me what we agreed. Malcolin takes out a small pouch with the coins he set aside. Here, you've earned it. Okay. And I think with that, I'm probably going to call that an end to this episode. Next time we'll look into this quest, the 7th commandment, and settle the affair between Osgar's wife and his neighbor Aldwine. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys then. Bye.